That's untrue.
Do you call Mr. Lee and get any questions that you may want, that you need in order to make a vote?
As I said earlier, Dana, public comment period is not an opportunity for a member of the public to engage in a debate with their targeted board member.
Could you address the full board?
Okay. And my question is, if as they mentioned last board meeting, Mr. Button and Mr. Met clearly have a concern about the money spent for special ed, and they want to look to the state to reduce your costs, which is a quote. And I'd like to ask either of you if you've spoken to the director, Dr. Lee, about your concerns and inquired about his ideas of ways to look to the state to reduce the cost.
I think I can say, as a board member, I've had that conversation, and I know other board members have, but I don't know specifically individually. Again,
Spoke to Dr. Lee today.
did it very well.
I'm sorry?
I happened to speak to Dr. Lee today about a motion in that area.
Ms. Gillette, have you spoken to Dr. Lee
I've had conversations with Dr. Lee in the past.
about your concern about looking to the state to reduce the cost?
We haven't proceeded that far in the dialogue. I know one conversation was regarding a motion about job coaches, because we didn't have, it was an open-ended motion financially, and we needed to put a cover on the end. We've had conversations in executive session that I can't detail with you for obvious reasons, they're confidential, and we've had a couple of conversations. As I indicated to you in our last meeting, preliminary steps for dialogue. These are new ideas that are evolving under new state conditions for the educational programs in the state. And obviously, research and work needs to be done, in addition to all of the other board work that needs to be done.
Right, I know. Last time you said you wanted to open up the dialogue.
Right,
I just
and I
wanted
believe
to
I
start
called
with
you
the
last
director.
week to initiate that dialogue, correct? And
Yes.
left a message, and you informed me that you weren't available for an extended period of time. So when you become available to continue the dialogue, call me back, and let's get it started.
And similarly, after your first appearance here, I sent you an email and asked for the opportunity to talk this through with you, and same response.
we can't pick and choose when we can carry on dialogue.
Probably have 5 minutes now.
I'm just curious if you've reached out to Dr. Lee. That's all I'm curious about, because he's the expert. And if you have questions about the state and special ed and getting money, it'd be logical to me to start with him. Also, in reviewing the tape from the last board meeting, Mr. Met asked at the very end, I was very happy to see at the end was taped, and she was asking, was very concerned about me getting a document from the board retreat. I don't know what that document was, but I would like to know what that is and why you were so concerned with the document from a public meeting being shared.
My concern was there was a statement on that public document that was incomplete and didn't accurately reflect my conversation at the board retreat. And it appeared from what you were indicating in your conversation, it appeared, coincidentally or not, I don't know, which is why I made the inquiry, that it's possible that you were referring to the item on the document. And I indicated to the board members at the end that at the end of that one statement, looking to reduce our spending is not the same as cutting programs. It's looking to pursue other opportunities of funding.
Okay, can I get a copy of that document since that's public record?
We agreed before our board retreat that the documents there were not public documents.
And one last thing I want to ask. Does the board have to be notified if someone is planning to file an ethics charge?
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure out your previous question.
Okay. Does the board have to be notified if someone is planning to file an ethics charge?
I don't believe so.
Hi, Lisa Woodring, Long Valley. I was just curious, and I know I walked in 10 minutes late, so if I've missed something, I apologize. But I know there's a lot of support here for a particular coach. Wrestlers here talking about how wonderful the guy is, and I'm curious as to why we're here talking about this at a board meeting. I don't know. It's kind of like, doesn't the AD decide that? And what's going on? I guess I would love to know what's going on. We have people in the booster club, I guess, who are attacking this man. Does that? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand it all. I didn't get the whole story. I'm looking through the agenda, which I guess we passed, so now there's no issue. But I'm just curious as to what's going on, and I'd love to know why the athletic director wasn't able to just take care of this, and why people are saying he shouldn't be there, and why it's brought to the board. Can someone on the board answer that, or can someone from the public?
You have to address the board.
Okay. Can someone from the board explain that to me?
I think what was stated publicly was that there has been some emails and letters going back and forth, some of which came from members of the Booster Club. And tonight was the night the board approved all the winter coaching positions at Hill High School. So I think that's why the big turnout.
Okay, but the board isn't selecting those coaches. I mean, you're approving what the athletic director has
Correct.
already done.
Absolutely.
And thought was the best choice for the students. So, okay. So was there a chance that we were not going to approve this as a board? I mean, is there a chance that the board was going to say, oh no, the wrestling coach can't have that, and why would that happen?
The record shows, I believe, that it was unanimously passed by the board.
It was.
Positions.
It was, but we have all kinds of people here who felt like they needed to come to support the wrestling coach. Why is that? Why was there worry, I guess, that the board wouldn't approve this particular position, this wrestling coach position?
I think just what Jim said earlier answers your question best we can.
Okay. So a couple members from the booster club yell loud enough, and everyone's worried that the board is going to single this man out and not approve him?
Our job as a board is to develop policies and budgets and long-range plans. It is not to get involved in hiring positions.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the public? No other questions or comments from the public? And I'll close the public. We'll take a short recess. And I'll do that. Number 9 under personnel.
Move that the board ratify the attached negotiated agreement with the West Morris Regional Administrators Association effective July 1st, 2010 through June 30th, 2013.
So, discussion. We thank the community for their hard work. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions?
Yes.
Gentlemen, would you like to move on the 10?
Move number 10 as written.
Discussion?
I don't have one.
Mine's in the back with the blue.
The last blueprint on the agenda, after executive session. Very last page on that. Keep going.
Maybe he's got a blank.
There's another blue after that. Keep going.
Blue sheet.
Right before the green stamp.
Right here. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? And program
Move number 6.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have any new business?
I do really talk about that prescription.
Okay, do that first.
I would like to make a public comment on our negotiations. This is from the Negotiations Committee. The Negotiating Committee of the West Morris Regional High School District, consisting of Jim Johnston, Committee Chairperson Joe Galata, and Sue Gamet, are pleased to announce that the district and the Administrators Association have agreed to a new contract that calls for a total net average annual increase of 1.3% per year, and a requirement they continue to contribute per state legislation 1.5% of their salary for their health insurance coverage. The 3-year deal, which was retroactive to July 1st, 2010, was reached in 1 month of negotiations. The creative settlement includes a 12-month wage freeze component spread over 3 years. The salary freeze for the first 4 months of each year of the first 3 years of the 3 years of the contract. Combined with the 1.5% of salary health care contribution legislated by the state, the net result is a negative 0.2% decrease in the pay package per year for the life of the 3-year